Is there anything I can do? I felt Nula's grip tighten around her shoulder, but I pressed on. Are you hurt at all? Natalie stared at me. I gave her a reassuring smile, which she seemed to accept as she squeezed my hands. I'm okay, she murmured. I just want to get home. I can take you, I cried. Nula pursed her lips in irritation. Are you sure that's wise? Shouldn't we get you checked over, Natalie? Natalie shook her head. No, really, I'm okay. It was my fault. I wasn't looking where I was going, but if you could take me home, I'd be grateful, she replied, looking up at me. Nula dropped her arm from Natalie's shoulder, barely able to mask her disappointment. Of course, I said, helping her to her feet. No problem at all. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Nula, I said, flashing a particularly saintly smile at the latter. Phil nodded. Take care, ladies, he said, before disappearing back through the school gate. Natalie walked towards my car and opened the door. Let me know if you need anything, hun, called Nula, squeezing Natalie's arm as she walked past. Bye, Caroline. I acknowledged her with a nod before jumping into the driver's seat. Natalie climbed in alongside me and slammed the door shut. Oh, mind the paintwork, I cried, trying to keep my voice light. Sorry, she muttered, reaching over for her seatbelt. So, where to? I asked. Hope Street, please, number 30. Oh, I live on that road, I said. Number 232. Ah, Natalie nodded. The posh end. Some people might have taken this as a criticism, but I didn't. That house was my pride and joy. It had been a shell when Oliver and I had bought it in pre-Matilda days. We had worked hard to restore and rejuvenate it, and it was a labour of love, particularly for me. We'd converted the loft, restored the brickwork, opened up the kitchen and made it into the perfect family home. I made no apology for the money spent or the effort made. We worked hard and we deserved it. Jealousy was a cheap and easy emotion. However, I could tell that Natalie was only teasing as she made the comment with an almost smile. I rewarded it with a breezy laugh. What a start to the day, I remarked as we made the short journey back to her house. She didn't answer, so I looked over and noticed that her shoulders were shaking. At first I thought she was laughing, until I noticed her tear-stained face. It was like something from a soap opera. She was nearing hysterics. Two thoughts entered my head. How am I going to stop her doing that, and how can I deposit her back home as quickly as possible? I scanned the numbers and pulled up outside her house. It was a pleasant enough terraced Edwardian. Oliver and I had looked at a couple of these during our property search, but had found them too pokey. At least that was what I felt. Oliver was happy to go along with me. He's good like that. I remember when we first viewed our house. It had been dark and shabby, the overwhelming stench of old person lingering like rotting stew. The estate agent, an upright, impeccably dressed woman in her late 50s, who had reminded me of my wonderful headmistress, Mrs. Biggs, had chosen her words carefully. This was a treasured family home, but it needs to be updated, of course. You can say that again, said Oliver, taking in the peeling wallpaper, damp stains, and alarming orange swirl carpet. It could do with being condemned and rebuilt, if you ask me. The estate agent had shot him a look not unlike one Mrs. Biggs might have given one of the cheekier girls at our school, amused but firm. It just needs a little TLC. Mrs. Brown hadn't been able to undertake any home improvements in recent times. I had adopted my best Kirsty Allsop persona and walked from room to room, trying to avoid deep breaths because of the smell, opening my mind as one word emerged from the back of my brain. Potential. I think it has great potential, I observed, keeping my expression neutral. That's one thing my father had always taught me. Keep a poker face, Caroline. Never give anything away. Oliver was watching me now. Unlike the estate agent, he could read me like a book. I saw your eyes light up like a child's on Christmas morning, he observed later. I knew we'd found the one. Resistance was futile. He kissed me on the nose as he said this. My girl must have exactly what she wants. He was always so sweet like that back then. It was different when we were both working at the bank. We worked hard and partied even harder. They were very happy times, working all week, doing up the house at the weekends. We had builders in to start with, but we finished it all ourselves. I can remember Saturdays, listening to cheesy music on the radio while we decorated.